Found ways to win week one. I think that's a critical piece of it. There were some good things on both sides of the ball in different areas of the game. Overall, the consistency throughout all four quarters wasn't there on each side, but proud of the way we finished +2 in the turnover battle and got the win, and ultimately that was our number one goal going into the game.
Injury-wise, Lucas Patrick, how do you know?
Yeah, no, Lucas Patrick will be a couple weeks, so we'll make some decisions there. Other than that, everyone came out pretty clean.
Zach, how much when he went out of the game did it affect the running game, you think?
I don't think that was the reason why. I thought he played well when he was in there. I thought Dalton did well in the run game when he was in there as well. So that's not a one-for-one correlation there on why second half wasn't as good. That was overall a unit thing. That was a coaching thing. That was everybody involved in the offense thing.
Was Lucas dealing with a calf injury throughout camp? We saw him with the sleeve. Was he dealing with something? Is that something you've been managing?
There was a couple things he was dealing with in camp.
What stood out most to you about what you saw from the defense after you rewatched the tape?
Just the way that they finished the game on those last, 5 possessions. You just look at, one thing we've talked about is the get back on tracks. There were some times early in the game we got them into a second 10, second 11 where we want them, and they were able to convert them. At the end of the game, when you look at every situation we were in that way, second 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, we won the next down, and so I think our guys just did a great job finishing the game, closing it out, getting the 2 turnovers, getting the turnover on downs on the 4th and 5. Just a lot of really good stuff to close out the game from our defense.
When you and Joe look at a game like that, when you and Joe Burrow look at a game like that, where do you start to have conversations about what to improve, or do you look at
what's third down? I mean, it's extremely simple. I think the first half we had 23 first and second down plays outside of third down on 3 possessions. In the second half, we had 12 first and second downs because of our lack of third down conversion. So it's as simple as we got to convert a 3rd and 2, we got to convert a 3rd and 4, we got to convert a 3rd and 1 to be able to get into a rhythm where we've got that first down, and now we got more normal down plays to keep them off guard. When you're just 3 and out because you're not converting third downs, they're just teeing off, and they've got all the momentum, and we just needed to convert on 1 to give ourselves some rhythm, momentum. Aren't able to do that. That happens sometimes. We don't want it to happen, but those are easy things for us to be better at moving forward.
Offensively, just feel like there were some deep shots to Joe or to Jamari that just were close, but they just didn't hit.
That's the deep game in general. When you're going to face man coverage against a good team that's going to be able to rush you, then that's going to happen. I would take that call back. We called a go route versus a soft corner. There's a couple plays you always want back as a play caller. That's probably one of them right there.
You guys signed TJ Slayton this offseason with the idea of let's be better stopping the run, and it starts there. First game, obviously, you guys did that really well. What impact did you see him specifically have for you guys out there?
A big one. I thought TJ really played well. On every snap he was in there, he was physical in the run game, physical at the point of attack, made some hay in the pass game as well, and got some pressures back there. So overall, I thought he had great energy throughout the game. In addition to him, I thought BJ responded really well. I thought really, every guy that went in there in the interior for us gave us what we needed to be able to win that game.
It seemed like it freed up the linebackers a lot. That's the idea, right? I mean,
Yeah.
with D Knight behind him,
Yes.
what did you think about his debut playing off of what was happening in front of him?
There was a lot of really good plays from D Knight, and I thought he played poised. It doesn't mean there's things that we can't correct in there. But again, I thought we got enough over there from all those guys. They played together. They communicated well. They kept the middle errors at a minimum, got the turnovers. The penalties were all, there was some DPIs and illegal contacts. That's part of playing a tight game like that. But in terms of things we could control, I thought we did a great job of that.
Zach, the decision in preseason that you and Al took to not show your full hand, so to speak, in terms of defensive looks, did you see a tangible benefit from that yesterday?
Yeah, I think just those guys getting out and playing, whether it was good or bad, playing out there, all 11 guys. And I thought they came out and played well. That first drive was, in a lot of ways, there were some good things. The penalties extended the drive. But they were able to find ways to get the stops, and just the penalties pushed it along. But, again, I was proud of the way overall that they found a way to buckle down and get the win, especially in the second half.
What do you think the lifespan is for holding back in preseason and not
The first training camp.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
You rotated some at corner and at least looked like it was the same at linebacker. Was that the plan?
Yeah. Yeah, DJ Turner, has earned opportunity. And so he went in there and played well and continued to earn opportunity. And so I think when you've got a lot of starting corners, those guys are going to continue to earn playing time, and you got to be flexible with how it's going to go. I think the linebacker position as well, Orrin has earned opportunity. Barrett went in there when Logan had the ding up, at I can't remember what part of the game that was, and walked out there and first rep showed great command. Poise in the huddle, poise making checks at the line of scrimmage. That wasn't too big for him either. So we've got a lot of confidence in that linebacker room, and that's a good thing to have with the versatility of a lot of the offenses we're going to play, whether we're utilizing 2 of those guys at a time, 3 of those guys at a time, 4 of them at a time, rotating them, however it is. Those guys are all solid players for us.
You got a lot out of Noah. I think he was in there 26 snaps, got the touchdown. Is that? I guess that's going to be a game-to-game thing.
Yes.
How much those guys use, when, where, how?
Yeah, a lot of flexibility in our tight end room, and I think you're going to be able to look at every game, and the playtime percentages can be different in every single game versus every defense we face. We're fortunate to us have 5 tight ends that we trust. 4 are active on game day. We had a 5th inactive, but we've got 5 that we believe in can go in and operate our offense and give us what we need to win. So I think that's a really good room. And again, the playtime percentages could change game by game.
I guess with Noah, it was a matchup thing with the way they were just kind of the way they're playing.
Well, the different groupings are going to invite different personnel groupings from the defense. Okay, so whatever we want to do going into that game, there's your mom's calling, if your mom's name's Kathy. But every game we can invite different groupings. So what do we want to attack? How do we want to utilize the guys? So there's different ways we can utilize all those guys. You want me to answer it? You want me to? I'll go to voicemail.
Should have picked up. That would have been good. Should have been good content.
Huh?
Should have picked up with some great content.
Cody, they got Cody in there, so we can add. I guess I don't know. Was that he's a hybrid? I guess he's an H-back there, right? Or whatever.
He was a fullback. He was a true old school Spider 2. That's Spider 2 Y banana right there. That's not exactly how we called it, but that's a play I threw probably 14 of my 16 touchdowns in college on. Right there, as simple as that. But if you like the John Gruden term, that's basically what that play was.
Did you have to work with Cody on his form, on his?
You don't get that full speed. That's not a full speed rep that we get. Now we've walked through that a million times and talked through how we want to cut at the edge. It's a big job, but in terms of actually repping that live and him going, we have not done that with him.
Last year that was Hubbard. Why Cody this year?
Well, Hubbard, not true. Hubbard was the extra tight end on the edge, and so usually he was on the backside cutoff, or that was also Spider 3 Y banana basically on the touchdown he caught against Tennessee. But there's different. It depends on your active list in the game. Sometimes you don't have enough active tight ends that fit those roles. Sometimes you don't have an active lineman you necessarily wanted to use. Sam was the body type we happened to use at the end of last season. So that kind of depends. There is an extra spot in your goal line package oftentimes that is going to be based on the roster and who's available to you.
Ted described what Dalton Reisner did yesterday as a stunning display of football professionalism.
Yeah.
They have no camp, no OTAs, and play most of the game in week 1. Is that hyperbole or is that fair?
No, I mean, that was his second time in full pads. Thursday's practice, Sunday's game, that's difficult, and it's the above the neck stuff he's got, the experience he's got. He obviously did a great job staying in shape to where he was ready to go, and I thought he did a great job getting through the game, and it was durable and conditioning was fine. But you can't simulate the body blows and the hits on your body, and I'm sure the soreness that he experiences right now, which is probably something our guys feel day 2 of training camp, with the pads on. So he's just experiencing it at a different time. But I mean, I just saw him he's doing everything he can to take his body, get his body back, and we'll give him a couple days here to be able to do that.
When you were evaluating Jordan Battle after the offseason, what did you see from his first 2 years that made you feel good about having him start week 1?
But he's got leadership capabilities that stems from his high school days at St. Thomas all the way to Bama to now. You're really seeing that. He's got the ability to lead and his voice be heard. He's a smart player. You're going to get everything from him on every play. I thought one of the 2 of the plays that stuck out for me, there was a goal line play where his man motioned across and he had to motion and fit up and allow Logan to come through and make the play on the third and goal play. And then there was another one where they got a decent gain, but he came out of the post to make an open field tackle. You know, it took kind of 2 attempts there to get the back on the ground, but great job not freezing in the moment and not letting up and running through the tackle and getting the ball carrier on the ground. And so I think Jordan's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and that's the type of player we want him to be, and we saw that yesterday from him.
Given how collectively young that secondary still kind of is, how important was it for them to have a couple of big plays at the start of the season?
It's great for them. I don't look at them as young. I feel like these guys, you know, when guys have 3-4 years of experience, that's not young anymore for me. Young is first and second year, not a lot of games on the belt. This is becoming a veteran group for us, where these guys, you know, Dax and Cam and DJ, Jordan, Gino, those guys have played a lot of games, and so we have really high expectations for them. Fig hasn't played as much, but we still have high expectations from him. He's come in and acted like a veteran, so I don't look at it as a young group, and so my expectation is that they're going to make plays for us, and they did that yesterday.
And when you're grading a game like yesterday or going over it with Joe, how much do you look at the fact that he didn't force the ball into areas and didn't commit a turnover yesterday? A big reason you guys were able to win.
I mean, that's the critical part of week one is no turnovers, getting 2 on defense, look at the scoreboard, that's going to be the winning team. And so for Joe to make great decisions in terms of where the ball's going, protect the ball in the pocket when things get rough, for all of our guys to protect the ball when they're in the open field, that's the difference in the game yesterday.
What did the tape show you of Dylan and Shamar?
Good things. You know, there's good things to continue to build on. There are things that we will correct as the season goes on. I told the team after the game that week 1 team is not going to be our week 2 team or our week 6 team. We're going to have to continue to improve as we go. But we have the right people that correct their mistakes. And so I know we get a better version of everybody as we move forward.
Is it kind of a weight off your shoulders to kind of dispel that week 1 slow start narrative?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just all the anxieties that come with week 1 in general. You know, I think it's its own unique week. There's so much build up from the offseason to that moment. The unexpected of what are they going to do, what challenges are they going to present that they've been hiding from us all offseason. And so just collectively as a team, to find a way to win at times a gross game. Defensively, it was a beautiful game there at the end. Those last 5 possessions, that's what you want. But just that's all we needed was 1-0 and put ourselves in best before. We said the league did us a huge favor, putting us in a divisional road game week 1 because coming out of that 1-0, that's the best case scenario of any game you could have played. And so our guys accepted that challenge and figured out a way to get it done.
How closely does yards allowed per carry correlate to winning?
I think for our style of football, we want to play as a team. When you can eliminate the run game, knock down the explosives, and allow our offense to put pressure on teams, then that's going to be a good recipe for winning. I know we as an offense didn't support that in the second half, and we as a defense did that part. And so there's going to be times where different parts of the team is going to lean on the other unit. That's going to happen. That's over a 17-game season. That's what's going to happen. When we put it all together, we feel like we're going to be pretty deadly, and I'm excited to look forward to playing together this week and doing our best to get that done.